Welcome to the AM briefing video presented by microstrader.com, where together we trade better. Good morning, traders. Well, today we'd use some peaceful music. Matches the theme of today's quote. I say this quote every morning to my wife when we do our Bible study. But it's a little bit different than this one, but I'm going to give you the one I use. Strive to live a peaceful life. And boy, that is one of the gifts of aging. Because you learn that that's the most important thing, is striving to live a peaceful life. Not wanting more, needing more, striving for more, but to live a peaceful life. And how do you do that? The next two parts. So strive to live a peaceful life, minding your own business. Strive to live a peaceful life, minding your own business. Boy, our world is designed and set up to where you can easily be in someone else's business. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, name it. It's all about being in someone else's business and sharing your business. So strive to live a peaceful life, minding your own business and working with your hands. You want to sleep well at night? Do those two things. You want a peaceful life? Do those two things. Mind your own business and work with your hands. And I'll tell you guys, you want to do something really awesome with your wife? Read to her. Whether it's the Bible or Lord of the Rings or the Mount of Monte Cristo or where the red fern grows. Read to her. It's a delightful, delightful experience. But strive to live a peaceful life, minding your own business and working with your hands. So what other traders might be trading today? Just mind your own business and do your own thing. So guys, it is Friday. Friday rules are in full effect, just as I said yesterday. If you listened to the AM briefing yesterday, I said AM rules start today. So it's really Friday, so today they really apply. Don't give your week back. Don't do it. Today, trade with a smaller daily stop loss. You might even say, you know what, I'm going to trade this, but I'm going to trade it small if at all. And if I take one loss, I'm done. I'm out. Take a percentage of your weekly profits. Yesterday, I said Friday rules start yesterday. Take a percentage of your weekly profits. Whatever you are up, let's take that as a 100% number. I'm only going to risk 10% of it for Thursday and Friday. If I lose 10% of that, I'm out, I'm done. There are easier weeks, there are easier days to trade. The most important thing that you need to know when we get new members, I tell them you have to learn when not to trade. And trust me, it's a journey for all of us. The first one you're going to learn are there are certain days to not trade. There might even be certain weeks not to trade, such as this week. But there are certainly certain days to not trade. Then you narrow that down to there's certain times of the day that you trade better. I'm a much better trader in the AM than I am in the PM. I still try to trade the PM too often. I still need to learn to say no. Let's make all of our money still in the AM. So learning when not to trade. But it's Friday. Friday rules. Go into the weekend a winner. Go into the weekend a winner. It is non-farm payroll day. Small, if at all. So I'm not going to do an in-depth AM briefing, although this video might be longer, because we're going to review yesterday. One of the quotes I love to share on non-farm payroll Fridays is the quote by Jesse Livermore. There are days to go long, there are days to go short, and there are days to go fishing. And today is that day to go fishing. It's that day to go golfing. It's that day to go clean out your garage. It's that day to grab your laptop and hit a coffee shop and do a candle-by-candle replay of every day this week. It is a day not to trade. But if you are going to sit down on the chart and trade today, leverage down. How can you leverage down? Well, number one, don't trade your cash account today. Don't trade your funded accounts today. You got an eval account? Okay. You got 10 eval accounts? Maybe just do one of those. Or just literally paper trade. Or say, today I want to trade on the chart. I want to chart trade today. And I'm going to practice that today. Or just bring out a pencil and piece of paper and literally journal the day like an investigative journalist will do. What was happening? How were you feeling? You would have went long at 83. Journal the day. Or literally just grab your favorite beverage, have your dom closed, kick your feet up and say, I'm just going to watch. I'm just going to listen to the Zoom. I'm just going to trade through someone else's eyes. Someone gets long, I'm going to be supporting them. How would I manage this trade while they're in that trade? So there are ways to dial it down. So what I want to do is let's look at, here we go. Yesterday we had about 12 trades. And in fact, if you go to the end of the day charts, I marked those out for you. These were the times of the trades. This was the results, the profits, and the losses. And then what was the trend? We had a lot of chop trades early on. Then we had with the trend, and there was a counter parabolic trend. When we go parabolic, should you be counter trading? I don't recommend it. Then what was the level, and then what was the chart, and that's how I track them. So let's hop on the chart now, and let's just look at yesterday. So when the day opened, London was stacking on top of Asia. We had the gap that we talked about on Zoom. Our indicators would have had you mark this and this as session levels. We came down and grabbed that session liquidity and then came back in. Now, I'm not going to answer this question, but I want you to answer it. What trade should you not be taking when it grabs session liquidity and comes back in? If you don't know the answer to that question, ask on the trading floor, and I want another trader to answer the question. It grabbed session liquidity and it came back in. What trade should you not be taking? All right, so as we were coming towards that gap in the morning, I was mapping out where you could go short if you wanted to go short towards the filling of that gap. Is anyone shocked it went and grabbed yesterday's liquidity? No. ES has to eat. It's a Pac-Man. It is seeking that liquidity. Once it's grabbed the liquidity on the south end of the chart, what is most likely going to happen next? It goes to the north end of the chart. The bulls were in control. I was saying the play is longer flat. In fact, yesterday I went live on YouTube in the afternoon in this area, this little area here, mapping out what was happening. If you were on that, you know I continually was saying the play is longer flat. The play is longer flat. The play is longer flat. If you do decide to counter trade, realize you counter trade. Please do it small. Do not add to a loser. Do not move your stop loss. Look for opportunities to take the gift of break even because you are counter. So the play yesterday was longer flat. Did we take out one break level to the south, my traders? Did we take out one break level to the south, my traders? Only at the end of the day. And in fact, I mapped out this short right here on YouTube. That was it. That was the only short on this chart that you should have taken, in my humble opinion. Now, when the day started, one could have easily drawn in this trend line and say, okay, where are we going? And you needed to know, and being on Zoom is helpful because together we trade better, that we grabbed that session liquidity. Came back in. And in this area, I'm saying longer flat, longer flat, longer flat, longer flat, longer flat. That will help you stay on sides to map out these trades. I'm like a tour guide for ES, showing you the sites along the way. And then as you were watching the day develop and you're watching the break level stack, you should have on your chart something along this line. Then what happened? Then there was a shift. Then it went parabolic. This region here on the chart, here, let me just draw it this way. From here on, up here, please do not be shorting this. You are now in a parabolic move. It became more aggressive. And in fact, on a 30-minute chart, What was noted is we left behind two sets of single prints. We had single prints here, and we had single prints here. Let's go back to a 3-minute chart. When we were on Zoom, and I was talking about, not on Zoom, when I was on YouTube Live talking about the breakdown trade, I said the first target is the first set of single prints. Search on my YouTube channel, Strength of the Move, and go watch that video. When there's a strength of the move heading a certain direction, careful counter trading it. And if you don't know how to trade the breakdown, well, that just requires butt time on Zoom with me to get that. And if you need, I was saying, okay, guys, plays longer flat, plays longer flat. But up here, we're about the 5th or 6th ladder up. And I said, I'm not going long. It's outside of my 3 to 5 ladders that I like to trade. So therefore, I'm not trading. Did I miss several opportunities to make very well on a long? Yes. Why? Because the trend is hard to break. Trends are hard to break. Trends are hard to break. And do you think you're going to call the exact top? So if you counter, do it small. Look for the gift of break even. Do not add to your losing trade. Do not move your stop loss. If you had to wait till there's a strong level. Like yesterday when we skyrocketed up, we stopped here on a dime. Okay, maybe at a strong level, you entertain the thought of maybe I'll take a small counter trade there. But when you're watching trend here, and this is mapped out, this should be clear as day that the trade is long or flat. The trade is long or flat, and hopefully you stayed on sides. So today, if you were going to get your refreshing beverage, prop your feet up and just watch the price action. This would be something to do today, is for you to pay attention to trend. Now, this is a set of single prints still on your chart. It's non-farm payroll this morning. I bet it doesn't play a role at all. Level schmevels, nothing matters. We will be live before that candle. I need to get this video out because the news event is in 28 minutes. So I need to wrap this thing up. And of course, straight sideways, right? It's just waiting for the next piece of information. Apparently, Apple's doing stock buyback, increasing the dividend. I saw somewhere that someone had said that Warren Buffett gets an extra $10 million a quarter because of the dividend. So very interesting. So yesterday was pretty straightforward. Now, there were tons of 8-point candles yesterday. The 8-point candles, from all of my research, does not reduce the win rate, but it does increase the risk. It doesn't decrease the win rate. Oh my goodness. It does not. The win rate is the same, but it does increase your risk. That's what I'm trying to say. Because when it goes 8 points your direction, that's nice. I was in this short when it went 8-point candle down right there. Beautiful. And then where did it stop? Where did it stop? You know where it stopped? It stopped at the opening. And the set of single prints. That's where it stopped. I was hoping it continued down. I was hoping it went to the next set of single prints, which were down here, but that didn't happen. Oh, well, you manage your trade. We never know how far it's going to go, but we try to manage it for a runner because the runners can really make a day. It can really make a week. We're good at getting 10, 20, 30 pointers. In fact, in our group, I added the hat trick under the leaderboard where you can, so you post your 10 pointers, 20 pointers, 30 pointers. Well, yesterday, one of my traders, congrats, Pappy, had multiple 10-point and plus runners. So he had made a hat trick, which was 3 10-point runners or more. So that's a new thing we're going to celebrate in our group is the hat trick. If you have 3 or more 10-point runners in a day, post it there in the hat trick category so you can stand and be recognized for your accomplishments. All right, guys, I'm going to get this video out. I'll see you live on Zoom.